Hey, in this video we're going to take a look at how to put our uniform top on and how to tie our belt so that we know how to do that and kind of know how to program and how your uniform fits on you, right? So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to put your top on, right? So your pants should be normal, you just pull them up and they're drawstring, but the top does have this fold over. So I'll put it on like a regular jacket, and you're going to see that it has these openings, as well as you'll see it has some strings here, right? So these strings. On the inside, that's to help you keep the uniform closed up. So what I'm going to be doing is it's left over right. So I want to take my right hand on the inside, left on the outside. Most of the time, you're going to see some sort of logo or whatever on the outside of your uniform there to show you that that's the one that goes on top. Now, right inside here where this string is at, you can tie it a number of different ways. I normally just tie it like a shoestring, so I pull it, then I'll do a little bow. That way it's easy to take off when I get ready to pull it off, just by pulling the string. So I'm gonna do the same thing on the other side for my uniform, tying the string here to help keep that uniform closed. Now you can wear a t-shirt in class as long as it's a Dragonfly Martial Arts t-shirt instead of the top, but on special occasions we do ask that you wear your top. You'll also want to wear it whenever we're grappling or doing our wrestling techniques. Now, we're also going to take a look at how to tie your belt. So I'm going to show you how to tie a belt on yourself, and then we're also, that's why I've got the bag out, I want to show you guys how to tie a belt on your child. So when your child comes to class, how we want to do that. So all of our belts are double wrapped, so that means they're super long. And what you want to do is you want to fold the belt in half and find the middle of that belt, right? So once I find the middle of that belt, I'm gonna hold that belt up like this. Now the middle is gonna go right about where your belly button area is at, right? So my belly button's right here. I like to go a little bit lower, right below that, and I'm gonna wrap it around. There's a couple of ways to do this once you get to the back side. So I'm gonna show you as I turn around. So on the back side, you can just grab each and bring it back, and you're gonna end up with a little cross in the back like that. And then I'm bringing both pieces back to the front, right? So then I'll put one here, put the other one on top of it, and now I have all three pieces together, and then I'll tie my knot going underneath, right? So when I tie it, the one that's on top, see how I have it here on top of all three pieces, now that I've gotten back to the front, is gonna go under everything. So if you'll notice, I'm taking this piece under all of it, both layers, okay? At this point, you can adjust the belt if you need to. If the length isn't quite where you want it, like if you want the length to be the same, if one was super long, you would move the belt over and make adjustments. And then for the last knot, you're gonna take the top one, right? So the bottom is gonna come this way, the top is gonna go back over it again, and then back through the hole. So I just stick my hand through that hole, grab it like I'm pulling it out, and then I pull sideways, and then I have my belt tied, okay? So again, I've got the cross in the back. That's one option. I personally don't like the cross in the back. It's just a preference thing. I like to be able to have mine as one piece, so I want to show you how to do that as well. So if I'm taking this here, again, to the front, but when I get to the back this time, I'm going to put everything together. So you see how I grab this one, and I'm sliding this one underneath the belt all the way around. So I've got all three pieces together without the cross in the back, right? This is my personal preference in terms of how I like to tie the belt. So once I'm here, again, I pull this one that's on top underneath all of it. With a little pull, adjust anything you need to adjust. Same knot, same tie. The difference is that I don't have the cross in the back, right? So that's an option for you. Now let's talk about tying our belt onto a student or onto our children. So I'm going to bring the bag up to help us out a little bit. And I want to kind of show you guys how this is done. I'm also going to kind of angle this down a hair so that you can see. So I have my little dragon belt, right? So this is one of the belts that you might have for a student. And what you want to do is you're going to do the same thing. You're going to find the center of this belt, right? So I've got this center piece here, and it's hanging down where I found that middle part. I'm going to take that and put it in the front of my child. Then I'm going to wrap it around the back side, and you can either cross them by just grabbing each other belt and bring it back to the front, or you can slide it underneath just like I showed you a while ago, right? So it's the same kind of setup in terms of how you want to do that belt. If you're standing behind your child, you would just hold it here and wrap it and tie it as if you were tying a belt onto yourself, right? So I'm going to show you here again this way. So once I get here, I'm going to wrap the belt around, bring the belt back to the front, and then from here, I'm going to do the same knot. So I'm going to go under all of it, pulling it here, right? And then tie one more knot. Now this one's a little bit short, obviously, for the bag, but you can get the idea of pulling that back underneath and tying that second knot there, right? So to get that belt on. Anytime you come to class, if you come a few minutes early, any instructor will be happy to help tie a belt onto your child for you, so that way you don't have to worry so much about it. But if you did want to know how to do it, I just wanted to make sure you had a video and a way to follow along, right? So